Hey y'all, iRick Guy here, back again with another Schwinn IC4 video. Apologize if I sound a little bit scratchy. I've had the coronavirus. That's right, man. I've been sick. I hadn't been able to actually, well, I hadn't been able to do the IC4. I hadn't been able to really walk around because you kind of winded and that sort of stuff. But nevertheless, I wanted to post a follow-up review for my Schwinn IC4. Now you can subscribe to my channel and check out my IC4 video playlist, and you can see everything from the initial assembly video when I first got my IC4 in 2020, and then all of the videos since then. But I wanted to post another video in 2022 just talking about the IC4, the good, the bad, why I still firmly feel that it's the best exercise bike on the market today. So I'm going to do something a little bit special today. I'm going to pop out my other camera here, and then this way, while I'm talking about this, you can see some details. So boom, here goes my other camera. I got my other camera on here. You get some impressive camera angles. So the saddle or the seat, depending upon how much of a cycling nerd you are, this is just a standard bicycle seat. So if you don't like it, if you feel it's too firm, or maybe you feel it's too soft, or you just don't like the way it fits, easy to swap out. You can simply pop out your the seat post. You could take your seat post to a bike shop if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, and they could easily swap the seat out for you. So that's one thing worth mentioning. Also, the pedals. Now I don't use. Oh, and by the way, expand this video's description, and then click the link there to find the shoes like I use. But these are the pedals. If you do get clipless shoes, those are the cycling shoes that clip to a pedal. See, these pedals are set up for that. I just use the toe cages. I had a bad wreck, man, with clipless pedals on a road bike, and I won't even use clipless pedals indoors now. I mean, that's how freaked out I am. But everybody's got their own comfort level, and you may prefer the clipless pedals because they can be a lot more efficient to pedal with. But these pedals are great. You notice you get bicycles, whether it's an indoor bike or an outdoor bike, and they often have those little pieces there with the screws that just, this part separates. Seems to be a continuous construction here. Very nice. I haven't had any problems with it. The water bottle cages, super nice, super big. You can put water bottle there and a water bottle over here. Easy to stay hydrated. The handlebars, you can see it's a semi-hard, rubbery type material. It's hard enough where it shouldn't fleck off, which is nice. But it's soft enough to where when you're gripping this while you're pedaling, it still feels nice. So they've done a great job with the use of materials there. And that's the case here, here, here. Now this little piece right here, see, this is soft foam. You can see that. But this is for your iPad or your iPhone. If you want to use this bike in conjunction with a tablet or a smartphone, you could sit it there. And again, completely optional. That's the beauty of this bike, man. You don't have to use an app at all. Those other big bikes, oh man, they try to charge you a subscription and all that. This is completely optional. I mean, you can simply use the integrated computer, which will show your RPMs, your cadence, your time, your calories, your speed, your distance, your level, your pulse rate. That's all you have to use. And if you want to, you can strap on the heart rate monitor, and that'll pair with this. Again, completely optional. What I like to do is use it in conjunction, and I've got my TV tilted over that way because I've had the coronavirus, man, so I've been just sleeping up here, isolating and stuff. And but yeah, see, I can turn this TV this way, and then that TV is faced right at me. So when there's a lot of apps you can choose to use. I like Apple Fitness Plus, and the reason is that I wear an Apple Watch when I work out. Also do outdoor jogs, walks, hikes, wearing my Apple Watch, so it's nice to be able to track my IC4 workouts using the Apple Watch also. So You know, that's how I like to do it. But again, you could use this bike without any apps. You could just use the screen built in for motivation and track your progress. That's the beauty of it. No subscription required for that. Now, obviously, if you do Apple Fitness Plus or Peloton app or Zwift or Full Gas, check out my other videos in my playlist where I demonstrate some of those apps. But if you use those, now those are subscriptions. But you don't have to have a subscription at all to enjoy this bike. You don't even have to have a TV in front of it, man. You could just stare at a wall if you wanted to and pedal and try to lose that fat, man. But, you know, that's a matter of personal preference. I have thoroughly enjoyed this bike. A few things that I did and I would recommend. You can see how this is it's got a little piece. I left the plastic shrink wrap over this just to keep the sweat off, and I left the plastic shrink wrap on that. And after every workout, what I do, I get a wet towel and I just kind of, you know, scrub this down, because sweat contains salt, which could corrode things. But, you know, I've kept this thing in immaculate condition like I do with all my stuff. You know, I take care of my stuff. I buy it, you know, I'm going to take care of it. To adjust resistance on this bike, to the left reduces resistance, to the right increases resistance, and it's what am I trying to say? So you check this out. See, when I turn this knob, the level on the thing turns. And you can go all the way from 0 to 100. Go all the way to 100. So it's got a good resistance range if you want to simulate, you know, flat ground, if you want to simulate going down a hill, you know, whatever you want to simulate, this gives a real convincing indoor road bike type feel, in my opinion. So even though I'm in my house, when I'm pedaling this, I feel like I'm on a road bike because I can adjust the resistance. And what's important about this resistance is that a lot of your inferior indoor exercise bikes, they have these things called friction pads right here. Well, guess what? This doesn't have them. See those red things? Those are magnets. Those are magnets, man. So when you adjust the resistance, it makes the magnets go further away from the flywheel or closer, depending upon whether you're adding resistance or whether you're decreasing resistance. The value add of that is that, number one, it's next to whisper quiet. You know, there's nothing making physical contact with that wheel while it spins when you pedal. Number two, it's nothing that's making contact to wear out. If you've ever had an inferior indoor exercise bike that uses friction pads, you know how quickly those wear out. And even if they don't wear out quickly, they often wear out unevenly, meaning that when you're adjusting your resistance, even after you've only ridden the bike a few times, that the resistance you'll probably find is unpredictable because friction pads wear unevenly. They produce odor, they produce heat, they make noise. They're often expensive and hard to find to replace. This solves that. Magnetic resistance. Nothing's making contact, it's magnetic resistance. And as far as over here where the chain would be, there's no chain. It is a belt. This is a belt-driven indoor exercise bike. So something that's very quiet, that has very consistent and predictable resistance. It's next, in my opinion, there's nothing. And if there is, comment below because I want to know. But in my opinion, there's nothing on the market today as good as this exercise bike. Now, if there is, I want you to tell me because it's going to blow my mind. This thing, again, I bought this in 2020 and I've never looked back. It's the best investment decision I've made when it comes to at-home fitness equipment. And I was forced into it because, you know, in 2020 the gym closed up because that virus came out. And when they released the virus and all the gyms closed, you know, I couldn't let myself get fat. You know, I had to work out. So I got my IC4, and I've never looked back. And it's you know, it's been great. It's been reliable. It's quiet. One thing I highly recommend. See this mat that I've got? and by the way, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find the bike, the mat, the TV like I use, the sound system like I use, etc., the shoes. But I would definitely get the mat, not because this bicycle is noisy, but because when you work out, you sweat, and it's easy to clean up this mat. You know, if you're using a laminate floor like this mops up. But if you're using carpet, that sweat gets in the carpet and makes your carpet stink. You don't want that. Just get you a mat. I mean, come on. So, yeah, I've really enjoyed it. And I've filmed several videos. Check out my IC4 videos playlist. Check them all out. But this thing has been a game changer. I mean, if I didn't get this in 2020, when the world pretty much shut down, all the gyms and everything, I mean, I would have been huge. I'm still not a fitness model. But if I didn't exercise and keep this weight down, I'd be in bad shape. So this thing's been great. It's been reliable. Again, the resistance is always predictable. It's as predictable today it's almost February of 2020. I think today's January is it 22nd? I'd have to look. I don't have a date. But it's towards the end of January of 2022. And to have a piece of fitness equipment, at-home fitness equipment, that still works as well as it did brand new that long after purchase, that is pretty incredible. And again, this is made by Schwinn. You know, Schwinn's been making bicycles for many years, so they know what they're doing. And, you know, something I would highly encourage you to do, if you get one of these, again, expand this video's description and then click the link there to find where to order it online. Do what I did. Unbox it outside your residence. Inventory your parts. Bring your parts into that room in your house or apartment or whatever where you're assembling it, and assemble it there. And then that way, you've got an inventory. Number two, you don't have to take all the trash into your house and then out. It's already outside. It's ready to, you know, take to the dump after you've assembled it. But I don't throw anything away until I've completely assembled it, made sure I'm not missing any parts. And this was easy for me to assemble by myself. Some people say, oh man, you need two people. Yeah, in certain, sorry, this virus, man, just getting me. Certain parts of the assembly process would be better optimized if you had two people. But I did it all by myself. And it wasn't hard. And I'm not a super savvy person with tools. So, and the other nice thing about this, you know, it's got these wheels. If you've got a floor you don't care about, you could roll it. Now, I wouldn't roll it on my fancy cheap laminate floors because it could scratch them. So for that reason, I probably, unless I'm in like a garage area with a concrete slab, I wouldn't trust rolling it around on these. But the good thing is, this thing is so light, it's lightweight enough to where most people can pick it up and carry it. And if you can't, you can pop the handlebars off, you can pop the seat post and seat off, and you've got something smaller and lighter to carry. It's very narrow. It'll go through most any interior doorway. So, you know, just a really great bike. And in a shared household, you got adjustability. What I do is get a little marker and mark it, and that way I know where my settings are. So if it's shared by anybody else in the house, they adjust it, and then I can just quickly put it back. You don't want anything with a piece of exercise equipment where it could function as a deterrent. It'd be like, well, you know, I would work out, but I can't remember where I had my seat post set. You know, you don't want an excuse like that, man. You just want to get on there and burn that flab. Burn that flab. So, yeah, it's a great bike. I've enjoyed it, and I'm going to continue to enjoy it. I hope I never have to buy another one. I mean, with magnetic resistance, hopefully there's nothing on this that could fail. The only thing that over time, and again, to be determined, it hasn't happened yet, it's been working great, but will that belt eventually have to be replaced? Or is it something that's very well made and may never break? That's the only piece of this indoor exercise bike that I wonder, you know, after a few more years, is it gonna require any sort of maintenance? I love this bike. So again, expand this video's description and click the link there to find the bike, the mat, the shoes, and all the accessories like I use. And subscribe to my channel and ring that bell icon when you do, and check out all of my IC4 videos. And if you have a suggestion for a future IC4 video, comment below, man. I'll try to post a video response to your question or your questions if you got more than one question. Hey, best of luck with your fitness goals. Stay healthy, and y'all have a good one. Hey y'all, Captain IRIX Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IRIX Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.